Alright, let's get this stupid shit over with. It's probably gonna be 3 hours of running around trying to figure out where the fuck you're actually supposed to go, but who knows, maybe we can kill him before he goes behind the door. I really do think this is the worst boss fight I've ever seen in a video game. The only thing I can think of is Bed of Chaos, but at least Bed of Chaos, it's really obvious what you're supposed to do, and when you die, you keep your progress, so, like, it's going to be over. This is just, like, a complete waste of time. Did he just teleport through me? He did. I like how they do that because they know they can't code the AI to be good enough to actually get away from you. Like, just straight up, that's what this is. It's like they can't code this guy to actually get away from you, so they have to cheat. Weird he's not talking this time. Yep, okay, that's really fun. I like how it hit me one time and then it staggered me into the second hit, so I just instantly die. Really, dude. You know what? What's really obvious about this, and like I've played a lot of FromSoft games, and this is all over their games, and people get so mad and defensive about these games, and it's honestly that's my least favorite thing about them is how the player base can't accept their flaws. The reason this fight is like this is because FromSoft can't code very well, especially back in these games, right? They've gotten better at it in Elden Ring, but FromSoft isn't very good at coding, right? And if you play like Otogi 2, which they made, and Ninja Blade and stuff, it's really obvious they're not very good at coding. And the reason this boss is like this is because they can't make good AI, right? They can't make a boss that moves around well. They can't make them like behave like a player and like do PvP stuff. They can't do that. So they do this shit instead. Like, he teleports when you hit him because otherwise you would be able to just like trap him in a wall and just kill him immediately. The reason they do so much fucking damage and have bullshit frame data is because they don't know how to program AI to take, you know, use the player's tools properly. Like, this whole fight is like this. They couldn't make this a good fight. They literally couldn't. That's why it's so bullshit like this. So instead of making a good fight, they, you know, fucking just like, oh, well, look around for an hour and a half in a giant area with no indicators of anything to figure out how to get past a gate. Oh yeah, and the boss can just one-shot you. Because, you know, that's really fun. Fucking Dark Souls 1. Why is the Dark Souls 1 jump even in this game? It barely made any sense in Dark Souls 1, and I haven't seen a single reason to use it in this entire fucking game. Guess there's no reason to, they only can hit him once, I might as well do more damage per hit. Also, it's weird that he's not talking anymore. Also, I love how he has unlimited stam and you don't. Like, what is this? Right? Like, how is this content? This isn't a boss fight. This is like, shit, we don't actually have time to make this a boss fight. Quick, make it really fucking annoying. Because time equals difficulty, right? It's like, I spend, you know, an hour and a half in here, so it's like, it was a boss, guys. It's so fun. Amazing. And this is not even the part that I think is dog shit, by the way. This is not the part that makes it worse than Bed of Chaos. This is just like pathetic, right? The fact that FromSoft made this. The bad part is the gate. The gate is just like, okay, and you have absolutely no way of knowing how to get in there. Come on. Do it. How is that not a parry? God, the mannequins are just so horrible in this fight. Like, how did they make this? Like, how the fuck do you get this past, like, Q&A? Like, yeah, no, this is totally, ready to ship. Same with Bit of Chaos, though. It's like, I cannot fathom how they were like, yep, no, this is how this needs to be. I like how that stupid mannequin with just the like lamest, fastest animation ever did almost my entire life bar, and then I just instantly die. Dude, I don't want to play this at all. I've just completely lost interest in playing Bloodborne because of this fight. It's like, it's just so insulting. It's like, it's so insulting to my intelligence that like they shipped this and want you to accept this as a boss fight. Like, this is an amateur hour. And then another, God, so a lot of the Souls games are like, you know, they have like problems, right? You know, they're like flawed. But they're like, most people call them like, you know, flawed masterpieces, right? This is like a ruined masterpiece in my opinion, because the art direction's great, you know, music's great, all that stuff. But like, it's 30 fucking frames per second. There are so many fights in this game that are just absolute dog shit. And it's like, it's so bad, it just completely ruins the experience. Like the one Reborn, that was such a bad boss fight. Why are we already in here? Dude, I'm so sick of these fucking things, dude. And like, you don't even get rally off of them, and they just like, they're so fast, and they just do way too much damage for no fucking reason. Can you just not parry this guy? Like, I've tried this at so many different timings, and it just does not fucking work. Dude, fuck this. This is so dumb. Like, they just give him perfect hyper armor, it does insane damage, and it parries you. Like, oh my god, it's so fun. Like, how is this a boss fight? If I get stuck on this like little, like what this indent, right? It's ridiculous, dude. Also, I love how they have him fake die because they know you could stop him from getting away. Like, again, their coding is just so bad, right? They can't actually make the boss competent enough to do what they want him to do, so they just cheat. I just get tired of like FromSoft making these complete garbage boss fights that are so low effort on their part, and they try to pass it off as like some lore, deep, you know, thing. It's just so fucking stupid. It's like Bed of Chaos and this guy are because they couldn't be bothered to make an actual boss fight. Like, and I love this because now you have to take fall damage, right? Or take, you know, like 10 minutes to get down here. And now there's just nothing to do. Fight's over. Just don't know what they were thinking with this shit, dude. Like, I've looked around so long and there's just nothing. And I'm sure it's just some obtuse bullshit you're supposed to just, you know, magically know that everyone looks up online. God, I'm going to fucking mute this guy. I'm so sick of the game playing these same voice lines over and over again. The shitty part though is it fucking blocks you out of your menu. Like every time he talks, you can't use your menu. What's really pissed me off about this is all the people defending it, acting like it's not that bad. Look at this. It's just some... You can't even see him. There's just some random fucking hole in the ground. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Oh, we're back to this again. If his AI wanted to, it could have killed me there. This is so shit. I guarantee you that ability, if you use it on the player side, is dog shit. Like, it's so weak. Like, they're just strong-arming you with this so much. Damn it, I didn't kill him, but that was still incredibly satisfying. That is just the worst boss I have ever seen in a video game. And it's not the cheesy NPC fight stuff that they always do, right? That's not why it's bad. It's because they have him run past this gate and then give you absolutely no indication of how to get in here. And that's not content. That is wasting your time, right? That's not a boss mechanic. It's just, oh man, run around aimlessly until you randomly find a switch or, in this case, a fucking hole in the ground. Like, this game would be so much better off if this just wasn't in it. Right? And it's like no boss replacement. It's just not here. Right? And it's the same thing for Bed of Chaos. That fight is so bad that the game is better off with just nothing there. And that is so obvious. Like, anyone playtesting the game could tell you that. And the fact that they left it in is just mind-boggling. The only good thing about Bed of Chaos, like, I legitimately think Bed of Chaos is better than this boss. Not that, you know, I mean, Bed of Chaos is so bad, it's unreal. But the thing about Bed of Chaos is it's still very obvious what you're supposed to do. The game at least directs you. You know, it's like, you know what to do. Now, Bed of Chaos is horrible. It is a terrible boss fight because you're not really interacting with anything mechanically in an interesting way. And if you die, it's because the floor just falls out underneath you with absolutely no warning at all. I mean, unbelievably bad boss fight. Like, this is I think this fight is the worst fight ever. But Bed of Chaos is right after that. And the only reason I say Bed of Chaos is better is because they don't, like, LOL, the boss runs behind a door. And, yeah, there's absolutely no way for you to know how to get in there, right? Like, at least it doesn't do that. But it's still super fucking bad. Because you're not, it's, again, no mechanics. And it's just the floor literally falls out from underneath you with no warning. And you have to arbitrarily memorize where the floor falls, right? Like, wow, what a great boss fight. Both of them are also just so bad because, like, it's a dumb gimmick that once you know, there's nothing to do, right? Like, once you know how to get into that room, there's no boss fight anymore, right? The boss fight is, I'm serious, the boss fight is figuring out to fall through a hole in the ground to get into the gated room. That's the boss fight. That is so nonsense. And then Bed of Chaos is putting up with floor breaking randomly and then memorizing where the floor is, right? Like, that's that boss fight. I don't think I've ever been more frustrated at a video game in my life. And that's very common with Souls games. I'm really learning this now that I've, like, played all of the Souls games. I don't actually like them that much. I'm sorry to say this, but I really don't. I like Dark Souls 1 and I like Dark Souls 3. I don't really like the other ones. And not only that, the only thing I really like about these games is the PvP, right? It's so unique having the, like, hunter, prey, protector, PvE mixed with PvE thing, right? And every match is different and that kind of, that is the thing I truly like about these games. But, like, I don't like Elden Ring. I'm sorry, I don't. It's just a bunch of trial and error. And most of their games I'm seeing are like this. Like, I was really expecting Bloodborne to be more like Dark Souls 3. It's not. Like, not so far anyway. Like, this is very Elden Ring-y. It's like Dark Souls 1 meets Elden Ring. Like, most of the boss mechanics are bullshit. You know, most of it is just like, there is no way. Like, that beast we fought in the Chalice dungeon. What was his name? Like, the really big one, right? You know, he just sits there delaying his, like, arm sweep, and then it just fires off like a laser. There is no way you could intuitively dodge that. It's impossible, right? It's just luck and then memorization, right? That's it. And that has been so much of the boss mechanics in this game, and that's all of the boss mechanics in Elden Ring. And so I'm starting to see that, like, that's the standard for these games. Like, the standard is just trial and error bullshit, and the exception is, like, actually interesting boss design, like you might see in Ninja Gaiden or Devil May Cry or something, right? And, like, that, I don't like it. I do not like the PvE in most of these games. I really only like the PvE in Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. And, like, you know, there's glimpses of PvE that I like, because some of the bosses in this game, I've liked the PvE in this game more than Elden Ring. It's just not even close. And there are a few fights in Elden Ring that I like, but I play Elden Ring for the PvP. I mean, just, yeah, no, actually, I agree. It's like Castlevania. I said that when I played Elden Ring, that it feels exactly like Castlevania to me. And if y'all remember, when I streamed that one game that's like it was like a Castlevania spiritual successor, I hated it. Because you just have these boss fights that just do things that you could not possibly react to correctly. You just have to have seen them. And then when you know, and then you just stand in the right spot and hit the boss. I mean, it's just garbage. And what I don't like is it makes fucking morons think they're good at video games. And not that being good at video games is anything to be, like, prideful about. But that's kind of the point. It's like, you have these people like, oh, these games are so hard. And I've literally just memorized what to do. Oh, man, right? And they hold it up as, like, a badge of honor. So that when you criticize these games, they get mad at you. And it's just, I don't have the patience for this shit anymore. Like, I'm really surprised at Bloodborne, though. I really thought it was going to be more like Dark Souls 3, but it's not. It's so much like Elden Ring. I mean, it's better. I think it's better than Elden Ring. It's like Elden Ring was just pushing the envelope with bullshit to make it harder. Cause like that bloodletting beast, right? If it was Elden Ring, when he does like got that jab, like where he holds his fist up and just for an arbitrary amount of time holds it there, and then it fires off like a shotgun, right? If that was Elden Ring, after he does the jab, then he would do another jab with no tell, and then an explosion, right? That perfectly roll catches you if you're mashing or something, right? Like that's Elden Ring, so at least it's not that stupid. Oh. Oh yeah, and that's more reason for me to not like Bloodborne though, is the PvP is so bad in this game. Like, it's so bad it's actually funny. I'll say that. Like, if Canis GG finally finds a way into my world, which I know he's been trying all game and he's never been able to get in because this game's invasion system is terrible. But, you know, I'm sure it'll be a, you know, complete travesty and it'll be kind of funny because of that. But, it's not a... If this game just came out, I could not just sit here doing the PvP like I can in Dark Souls 3 or in Elden Ring. Oh, there's a thing you can jump out there. But yeah, FromSoft's games, at least the Souls ones, really are a lot like Castlevania, and I'm not about it. You know, honestly, I think Armored Core 6 had way better boss fights than Elden Ring and Bloodborne and such. By so much. I think they were way, 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 way better. I like how I can't see the loot. Oh my god, I know what that noise is. These are also so fucking lame. I actually think these are so much better in Elden Ring. Like, they're a lot more fair in Elden Ring. They're still really difficult to deal with. And are like, you know, a real problem. And they're kind of bullshit there, too. I wonder if I can use this on them. I'm gonna save those, though, for, like, some bullshit. If you have to fight, like... You have three, what are the Keepers of the Old Lords? If you have to fight, like, 3 of them at once, then I'll use one of those. They'd be amazing for that kind of thing. Where the fuck is the sedative? Oh my god. Yeah, these are in Elden Ring. They're less stupid though. Instead of like these weird yellow eyes though, they're like the orange madness or whatever. And these are just wasting your healing. Like, they're just straight up wasting your fucking healing. At least they give you a warning, though, because of the sound they make. Nah, I don't like the boots. Not with this, anyway. Oh my fucking god. That did no damage. For reasons I cannot explain. I am so done with this game, dude. I'm so sick of it. I love how I'm not even there. Like, I'm not in line of sight. I'm not fighting it. And it fills up my entire frenzy bar. Like, it just fills up my entire frenzy bar for just existing. I'm so sick of this game, dude. Like, it's just... It's like they can't make, like, interesting encounters, so they just do, like, cheating bullshit. Oh, I love this, and it doesn't put me at the right lamp. It's incredible. This game is just quickly becoming like my least favorite Souls game. Like, well, no, Dark Souls 2, it's not even close, but like, this last leg of it is so bad. It's just dog shit. And it's just so obvious that they like ran out of time to make good encounters, so they're just doing cheap stuff. Oh my god, this is still the wrong lantern. Why did they make, like, why even make this lantern here when the shortcut's to the other one, right? Like, just why? Like, this is just so tedious. Like, everything from Yahar'gul and on has just been just trash. Like, just so blatantly undercooked, and they're having to do cheap stuff to try to make it seem interesting. Like, the one Reborn barely had any attacks, so just like random garbage falling out of the sky that can just randomly hit you. Like, oh wow, what a great boss fight. I love how I've gone through 10 billion loading screens and it doesn't refill my sedative. Because for some reason you have to go to the stupid... This is another thing. I don't like Bloodborne. I'm sorry. I can't defend this. It's too shit. It's like, it's not like the quality of life stuff is like kind of bad. It's just unbelievably bad. I mean, you have to go through so many loading screens. You have to run in here, right, to refill your stuff. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's like, how dumb are you? Like, I don't understand how you put this game out. Like, it's not like, oh man, this enemy is really hard. It's like, oh man, I'm wasting an unbelievable amount of your time making you teleport all over the place and run around doing nothing. It's like, that's so bad. Like, why doesn't your sedative just refill when you go back to the hunter's dream or you use a lamp? Like, why? What is the possible benefit to this? And look, it doesn't even save you moving the fucking cage, dude. Like, I cannot believe how much this game wastes your time. And it's not wasting your time with like, oh man, look at this fun combat encounter, right? It's just wasting your time with stupid shit. It's like you die and the boss run back is incredibly long. Why? Like, why? What does that do? Like, the experience is just so bad in this game. The frame rate is bad, the constant loading is bad, and now the latter half of the game is just them spamming bullshit. There's not been one good boss this entire fucking time. Like, and they're not even bosses, right? They're just like dumb shit that they slapped the health bar on. Like, the one Reborn just stands there doing nothing and like puke spawns out of the sky. Like, that's not a boss fight. And Mikolash is literally an NPC that they just gave outrageous frame data to, right? He just gets like perfect hyper armor and does way too much damage with the stupid tentacle attack. And then like, because they can't even code him to move right, he has to teleport when you hit him. Oh my god, it didn't refill my bone ash, because of course it didn't. I love how I still take all the damage, right? So you have to lose 2 flasks. You just cannot avoid losing your fucking health here. I cannot believe how much loading is in this game. And apparently, you know, when it was PlayStation 4, it was even longer, right? Because like, the PS5 can muscle it to an extent. It's just like, I feel like FromSoft has no fucking standards if you put something like this out. This is the most unpolished piece of garbage. And they put it out with Dark Souls 2 as well, which is also an unpolished piece of garbage. I love how I'm taking damage even though I'm spamming sedatives. Like, just existing by these guys makes you take damage. Just the absolute worst, dude. Why do these have bowl cuts? If it wasn't bad enough that there's spiders, they're now spiders with tacky haircuts. God, fucking Tomb of the Giants is better than this shit. Although, that's cutting it pretty close. Tomb of the Giants isn't even— oh my fucking god, why would you even do that? Yay, it can frenzy you from across the way. But you just can't fight these because the way you need to fight these, you're going to get frenzied. And if you stand where you're not going to get frenzied, then you're going to get wrecked by their stupid flurry attack. Amazing. And people defend this shit, dude. And it fucking frenzies me. So I use a sedative and it frenzies me anyway. Dude, I do not want to play this game anymore. It is so unfun. Like, the ending of this is just them. It's just so obvious that, like, they could not make an interesting endgame for this game. Like, because, like, this is so, like, asset light, right? They're not having to create animations for the enemies. They're not having to make interesting encounters. It's just, LOL, it has an aura of madness. Oh, it's so hard. Aren't you engaged? Like, Rolana and Elden Ring is way harder than any of this, right? But it's actually fun because you're, actually dealing with boss mechanics. And I love this, that every time I die, I have to go back through 8 loading screens and then go over here to fucking refill my sedatives. Like, what? It doesn't even matter how good the DLC is. There's just no forgiving this. This is too much content and too important part of a game for it to be a good game. I'm sorry, you can't have your entire end game just be complete dog shit and then have me be like, oh yeah, this is a good game. Like, it's just no way. Like, no one can say that, like, the One Reborn and fucking Mikolash are, like, actual boss fights. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And, like, these fucking enemies here, they're just so lazy. Like, it's not— difficulty does not bother me, right? Like, I like Ninja Gaiden, for God's sakes. But it's like, it's just— an enemy just stands there doing nothing, and it just has an aura that does, like, 80% of your life immediately. Right? Like, that is just such a lazy fucking way to make an enemy hard. It's like, okay, guys, we need this area to be hard, but we don't have the dev time to actually make interesting encounters, so just force it. And I just love on that last one, I used a sedative, and I just died after using it anyway. Like, somehow the frenzy... I guess it's like the sedative went off after the frenzy, but that's not what it looked like at all. I think it's because the animation is so fucking slow. Oh my god, it's not refilling my fire paper. It's not refilling my bone ash, even though I've got a bunch of them. It's not refilling my fire paper, even though I've got a bunch of them. Like, there was no way to use the sedative there because the animation is so fucking slow, you'll never get it off in time. So the only thing I could do is back off, but then you have to fight the enemy all over again. This is such an arbitrary way to make you lose blood vials, dude. Like, dude, I'm not fucking doing this for every single one of these. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, I didn't buy a PS5 for Bloodborne. That was just a bonus. Like, I bought it because I wanted to have better PvP on Elden Ring. Also, I get the feeling that... I love how there's just a bunch of idiot player messages. I don't even know what that did, and I don't care. I literally don't care. But anyway, you know, fucking Dark Souls 4, Dragon Souls, Elden Ring 2, whatever... It's gonna have easy anti-cheat again. I think they're gonna just slap easy anti-cheat on every one of their games on PC. So the games are basically just dead on PC now. So, like, great job FromSoft. I don't know, maybe they'll hire someone that actually knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to the technical side of stuff. But I wouldn't count on it. Really? So, if I didn't get that sedative off, I would have died. Even though the fucking enemy only saw me for like 1 frame, it fills up your entire bar. And it does like 80% of your life. Great, it just fell off. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, if it doesn't give me my souls back. So I just frenzied while I was opening a chest. That better not just be some useless multiplayer item. This fucking game, dude. Oh my god, it's a fucking, like, spell. That whole purpose of this whole side path is just a stupid spell that I'm never going to use. I guess there was that switch, which is probably important. I guess there's just gonna be more of these idiots, because it's fun spamming sedatives, right, guys? This is just back into the idiot boss room. What the fuck is the point of this? Literally, what is the point of this? That is the most useless ass thing imaginable. What the fuck is the point of that? That is so useless. Oh my god, this game, dude. I cannot believe how bad the latter half of this game is. Like, the quality just jumps off a fucking cliff. I'm not gonna lie, chat. If I had something else to do to stream, I would not be playing this game. I'm just so done with this game. But there's just like nothing to do in Arc Nights and stuff. God, it's outrageous how expensive they start making these things cost. The thing about EDF is, like, I love it to death, but no one wants to watch it, and it's not fun streaming something that no one wants to watch. It just is what it is. Like, I love that game, but there's like 10 people that actually want to watch it. Although, I'd probably rather stream to 10 people for EDF than this at this point. Like, this is just so unfun. I want to know where the cutoff point is where you start. I mean, I guess after 40, your VIT does fall off pretty hard. I don't know, man. The level ups just start to suck pretty quick. I mean, like, I get 2 AR from strength. The weird thing is, this weapon ultimately, though, becomes a, becomes an arcane weapon, which is just so weird. The thing is, right now, it doesn't even gain AR from arcane. Like, it's gaining absolutely nothing. Which is weird, though, because even now, it has B scaling. I mean, there's, like, no way to stream Armored Core. So even though this weapon has the best scaling with arcane, it doesn't get anything out of it. So I guess you'd have to put a gem in it that makes it do like fire damage or whatever. But then I'm assuming it stops getting its scaling from strength and dex. That is so weird. I'm really surprised I haven't found a item to go plus 10 yet, though. Because I'm assuming it's like after I beat this area, it's then the final boss, and that's it. So it's kind of weird if you get a max upgrade that far into the game. There's probably one hidden that you can get a lot sooner. They pretty much always do that. Wow, I love how it doesn't restock your items. It's incredible, dude. It's weird because Dark Souls 1 isn't like this, right? And Dark Souls 1 was made before Bloodborne. So they went out of their way to make the game more inconvenient. And it's one thing to be inconvenient when it has to do with, like, combat, right? There's no reason to make it more inconvenient with like you having to run around more inside the dream here or go through more loading screens and stuff. That is not the kind of inconvenient that has any purpose in a video game. Yeah, I would say I don't think even Demon's Souls was like this. And they've patched this game, so it's not like it was a bug that just got by. They patched the game several times, and they did the DLC update, right? So they had every opportunity to change this, and they just didn't. This honestly makes me so mad, though, that I'm starting to hate this game so much, because, like, I like the aesthetic, you know, it's a lot of cool, unique stuff about it. But, I mean, these decisions are just too terrible. Like, this is inexcusable. Maybe they'll remaster it someday and they'll make it where your items restock by just resting at a lamp and not having to go back to the hunter's dream and then open up a fucking chest. And then make it 60 frames per second. This ending leg of the game, though, is just... it's so bad. And they're not gonna fix it. You know, they've never, like... all the patches for Dark Souls 1, right? Dark Souls 1 had a lot of patches. And, you know, it had the DLC and all that. And they never changed Bed of Chaos, right? They, like, never do anything to the base game like that, which I think is a huge mistake. Yeah, when you've got, like, just an embarrassing boss fight like Bed of Chaos or Mikolash or something, and you have all this support for the game, you need to just fix that shit. Yeah, I guess that's true. If it's on PC, people can mod, that kind of stuff. And I guarantee you they will. Please tell me there's no more of those stupid frenzy enemies. That's just... oh my god, it didn't refill my bone ash, dude. And, like, the cannon is my favorite thing, and it's just so inconvenient having to deal with that constantly. Oh shit, it's these guys. I wonder why they're here. Not really sure what their deal was. They seem like snake cultists or something, but... now I'm really confused. I guess they could be with these Mensis people, but I don't really think so. Because I'm noticing, like, the Mensis people all look academic and whatnot. And, like, they've come here. And all this stuff, like, it's part of this nightmare is, like, more medieval. And, like, those guys are more, like, medieval and stuff, so... I don't think they're connected. Also have no idea who the baby is. I assume it's the baby of the lady in white, though, that... you know, her stomach was bleeding, so it's kind of obvious. They stole her baby. Well, that was certainly a combat encounter. This looks kind of boss fightish. Oh, we get PvP. Time for an absolute shit show. Oh, there it is. Wow. I was wondering if he was going to use some silly ass name, right? Because, you know, we've got Kenneth Sleepy. But, no, he went with the classic. Alright, where are you at? Took him all playthrough to get in here. Where he at? Wonder how this game does spawns. Fuck that. There he is. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? I'm so confused. I'm pretty sure he outstats the shit out of me here. He just puked. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Yeah, this is so unbalanced though. Like, look how little damage I do to him. This is so silly though. I can't even imagine why his character plays like this. Like, what the fuck? This must be DLC stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Dude, the dash is so funny though. Dude, I'm dying. What the fuck is this? And like, it seems to like give him a quite, if it's like a weapon, it really gives you a lot. A dash attack is so strong. And I just instantly dead, alright. But that has to be DLC, I'm assuming, right? Because like, that's so whack. That is, dude, it like changes his dash animation, dude. That was so imbalanced though. That was like absurd. Just because I think the matchmaking like just doesn't factor in like anything other than level. You have to farm chalice dungeons. Oh god. Oh, so wait, no, that's not to get the weapon though. So I mean, is the weapon DLC? Because that looks so DLC. Like I can't imagine that's in the base game. It's a DLC. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, there's no way we're gonna fight a cauliflower boss and you get that as a there's just no way. So I guess it like changes though, like your dash and stuff. That's actually wild though. Because Bloodborne's really old and I don't think they've ever made another weapon that's that like it impacts your character that much. I can't think of a weapon like an Elden Ring that changes your dash animation and shit like that. So I don't think they've ever put more effort into something than that. Like even Dragon Form doesn't have that much effort put into it. Like not even close. But yeah, that had its own dash attack. You had like, you puked somehow, right? Was the explosion something it does, or is that a spell? puking is the backstep attack. What the fuck? So I'm assuming you have really good gems though, because I could kind of tell the game doesn't really balance any of that stuff. Like, that was ridiculous how little damage I was doing. Because they said he didn't have weapon matchmaking, so I'm assuming if you have like some guy that's like level 30 or, you know, whatever, invades at level 30 and he's got the best gyms in the game, it's just completely fucked. L2 is the explosion. So that's the that'd be like the gun when I'm in two-handed mode, like on the big sword. I kind of want to get that weapon now. Like, it's so silly. I figured though I really couldn't though, because it's probably not for my my character. Yes, I'll send you my gem layout so you can see how it statted you were. Yeah, I'm curious how good gems get. So my guess is that weapon has really low damage though, and the only reason you were doing a lot of damage is because you have good gems. Is that correct? That makes me... So technically that weapon is bad, right? Because like any weapon you could farm for and do a lot of damage, right? So if its default damage is bad, then yeah, you're having to farm to compensate for it being bad, right? So it's not actually good. That's kind of sad though. Why would you put so much effort into an item, but then make the numbers so bad? God, though, that was pretty funny. I don't think I would. There's like, you could never predict that in this game because none of the other Souls games, are like that. That was really funny because I saw him like coming up, and I'm like, he's got a really weird silhouette. And then it's like, why does he look like cauliflower? And then he's like doing like these like knee slides. Oh my god. There's two pigs. Oh my god. Chat, why do the pigs have eyes? Like that many eyes? Obviously pigs having eyes isn't weird, but yay, fighting two enemies. Oh, this game is so dog shit, dude. Really, none of the games, though, have ever done a good job where if you fight, like, two enemies that are designed to be fought one-on-one, and they there's no, like, room to attack, and, like, they'll do frame traps, or no matter what you do, you get hit and shit like that. Every one of these games is bad about that. I think Dark Souls 2 is the worst. Well, Scholar's the worst. Default Dark Souls 2 is not that bad. But, Scholar is probably the worst about it. This one's pretty bad, though. Like, Elden Ring, Bloodborne here, it's been pretty shit about fighting multiple enemies, and it's just, there's, like, all you can do is, like, kite around like an idiot, which is just terrible gameplay. I'd say Elden Ring is really bad about it, but Elden Ring does give you weapon arts that make it very easy to fight groups of enemies and stuff, but if you do want to fight everything like melee dodge legit, then Elden Ring is probably the worst. Well, no, I still think Scholar's the worst. So, though, when you say you have to grind Chalice dungeons to get... Never mind the weapon, right? So, if you want to grind Chalice dungeons to get good gems, how much are we talking here, right? Like, are we talking, like, 10 Chalice dungeons, 20 Chalice dungeons? Like, if you wanted to optimize, you know, whatever weapon, right? Like, how far are we talking here? Like, we're talking about wanting to get the, like, peak gems, right? If you want to get, like, the absolute peak gems, how bad is it? That was about 10 hours. But that's not the best or perfect. So you can get like we're thinking like 20 hours. You want to like really optimize something? Man, that sounds just horrific. That sounds so bad. Oh, I see what they're doing here. I think last time he was like missing. Can you get these guys drip? I'm assuming no. $30 or $40, Jesus. 1,000 hours for 30 or 40 AR. Are there people that have done this? Right? And they got like some twink ass PvP character and they just have the just outrageous min-max gems. Thank God this system is not in other games. Like, it's bad enough this game doesn't have weapon matchmaking, but then, well, like I always say, they need to make it where your scaling just matches the— How does this one have my souls? Why did I not get a riposte? That looks insane. This is the— Look at this. It's King Pig from space. Okay, game. The great old one. The god of the outer gods. And I gotta say, so far, the old ones don't actually— or great ones, whatever they're called. Wait a minute, chat. Chat, I think this game might be inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. I love how, like, just total bullshit framed out of there and does like 90% of my life, and that was a combo. But anyway, yeah, the great ones, lore-wise, they seem powerful, but they don't seem like that powerful so far. You think? I'm not sure. Yeah, no, it's a real stretch, but I think there might be some nuanced connections here. Well, I'll just fight Dagon in the DLC. Terrible encounters, though. Like, you're just kiting around until you actually fight them one-on-one like they're designed to be fought. Well, I guess Bell Lady's nearby. Seem to always put them in weird spots. I'd keep her alive, but the PvP is so bad. Also, anyone invading at this point in the game is just going to be someone that's grinded the gems and are just going to outstat the living shit out of me. There's no reason to do that kind of PvP. Who would do that? Right? I don't even mean you. I just mean, like, you know, anyone that invades right now is going to be like gemmed the fuck out. So, oh. Sorry, lady. What happens if she dies when there's an invader in your world? Haven't invaded enough to know. Yeah, I would hope nothing. I would hope that the one invader that got in at least gets to stay. This looks like a trap. Man, they just do not want to give you a max upgrade thing. Getting kind of frustrating, honestly. We're just so far into the game. Well, at least I can level the cannon now. That's easily been my favorite part of the entire game, is just shooting things with the cannon and a bone marrow ash. Been great. I can't even believe, though, there's people that defend the PvP in this game. I swear, it's just the people, though, that have, like, grinded like crazy and have all the gems and, you know, are just, like, invincible. And even, like, the hardcore 1v1 scene where it's more fair, it's just, it's so dumb. like, the parry system is just so silly. Okay, somebody's got to eat it. See, that's how you start in an encounter, chat. I don't know why his teammates kind of just fucked off. Are they using a katana? No, it's more like a saber or something. I say my respect for them was about to go down, but it's fine. Man, I love how I'm trying so hard to get rally off there, and then the enemy just instantly is like, oh, he's low on health, option, select the fastest attack I have in my moveset. I could have just healed, but I was trying to get the bullets and then just rally it back, but the enemy is like, oh! Spam, 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 spam! And every fucking Souls game is like that, dude. Oh my god, this blows. And I have to go back to the Hunter's Dream because it's not gonna naturally restock any of my consumables. God, I can't even believe this. Like, that you have to do this manually. It's just mind-blowing. Well, you could probably use one of these here, but I'm gonna save those for something harder. Although I don't know if we're gonna have anything harder, to be honest. Maybe I should use one. I'm kind of curious how they work. Could use some science. It's just they're expensive, though. So obviously I should go through the entire game without ever using one, you see. I think most people probably beat, like, Dark Souls 1 without ever using a Divine Blessing. Which is a good example as to why they shouldn't be in the game. Because all that they actually end up being is fodder for people that cheat. Like, no one really uses Divine Blessings, but then cheaters use them constantly. Chat, what are we gaining out of having to do 2 boring-ass elevator rides every time we die? Like, what's... Like, what the fuck do we get out of this? And it doesn't even... Normally, it, like, you know, saves the position, but, like, it doesn't. Every time I'm dying, it's resetting the elevators, so sending them down early doesn't do anything. The scenery. Yeah, we're in, like... What fuck? What's the bad guy in, Sleeping Beauty? It's not the Evil Queen, that's the other one. But yeah, whatever the fuck her castle is, that's what this looks like. Gaston? No, that's not it. That's Beauty and the Beast. You know, she like turns into a dragon, right? Green fire. But like her castle was kind of like this, I guess. Maleficent, that's the one. God, this is becoming so repetitive. And again, this is just a perfect example of, like, fighting multiple enemies is just horrible in these games. Because you really can't fight these head-on and, like, dodge around and fight. You can't do that. You have to, like, spread them out and fight them one-on-one. Which is just, it's just tedious. It's a chore. That leap just goes so much farther than what was telegraphed. This is why I didn't dodge. Dude, it made me do a Dark Souls. Look, I miss my entire rally because the game makes me do a fucking Dark Souls 1 dodge, dude. Or jump, which just should not be in the game. I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. I can't believe this is in the game. I just can't fucking believe it. And, like, for no purpose, right? There's so blatantly no reason to use it under any circumstance. Why on earth would you make Maleficent a good guy? That doesn't defeats the whole fucking point. God, that just sounds like modern bullshit storytelling. Honestly, the rally system sucks. Like, it's just so bad. It's not even, the system itself's not even bad. It's the game around it it just makes no sense. They do everything to make it so you can't use it. Why did that have such a long lingering hitbox, dude? God, this is so tedious. I want to just fight, but no, you have to do this stupid shit. I miss Dark Souls 3. Although not really the 1v1 PvP mechanics, but other than that... So I like how the one I was aiming at dodged, and it got the other guy killed. And then it did half damage to the other one. If you get lucky, you could probably kill all of them with that. I was about to say, out of all the Disney villains to try to make, like, morally gray, Maleficent, you know, her name was Maleficent. Like, what the fuck? They're trying to make the evil queen good, and that's literally her name is the evil queen. Like, she never had a name other than that. And look, there are totally room for stories to not have, like, such, you know, mustache-twirling villains, and that's fine. But, like, that's not one of them. Oh, there she is again. Now, Maleficent's not a queen. I'm talking about the evil queen. That's from Sleeping Beauty. Well, she's not hostile. She's like, bound. Wonder if she was executed or something. One moment. How is there a Yosefka blood vial here? What? Huh. This must mean something. Was she working with Mensis? And we never did figure out why, like, on my other character, she was so nice. And on this character, she's like, was an evil psycho. Is this a shortcut? That would be really nice if this was a shortcut. Where is this? Did I go this way? I remember seeing this place earlier. I think that's when I was invaded, so I didn't bother. Okay, we have a lamp here. This is okay. So we can get to back to where we are pretty quickly now. That is the first good shortcut I've seen like in this whole fucking game. Oh, this game is not sticking the landing. Okay, chat. I know she's like wanting to get her baby back and stuff, but the thing on her neck looks really stupid. That kind of fashion has always been bad. It's always going to be bad. Not great. Alright, what dumb shit is it gonna be now? I'm assuming this is a boss, because like, she was there. They're gonna make you do all these fucking elevator rides every time. So did all these Mincence guys, like, invade the castle and fucking die? Well, we found the baby. Is it demon possessed? So far, what's stopping the mom from just coming up here and getting the baby, right? I'm just saying. Something is gonna be happening in here. Bloodstains everywhere. My power is unmatched. What? Okay, death. Marco's wet nurse. I don't think that's what I don't think that's what this is. I'm gonna be honest. This more looks like the Grim Reaper. That's the same music for the whole gas coin thing. Okay. How much bullshit anti-aggro are you gonna have? Oh, great. I didn't need to see anything. You know, that it's really fun in video games when you can't see what you're doing. It really adds to the immersion. What is this HP? Okay, you're attacking in the wrong direction. I'm just saying. Wasn't expecting you to be able to knock it down like that, but okay. The boss seems to be having a difficult time facing the correct direction. I'm just saying. This is definitely going to have a fucked up face too. Oh. I swear, if they're just like invisible, I'm gonna be pissed. Got a really cool design though. I don't know what it is. It's a wet nurse, uh-huh. Yeah. Definitely what this is. It's right there. Okay. If I just ignore it, it'll go away, right? Oh, this is interesting. So chat, did I fuck it up last time because I was staggering it so much so it wasn't spawning the second one? Yes, yeah, I figured because it just didn't seem right. Man! I'm not sure this thing's licensed, chat. Also not sure if the mother approves. Very satisfying. Oh wait, what? 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 Well, we got another one of the umbilical cords, which I'm now I realize that that message is saying get 3 1/3 of an umbilical cord, which is really fucking stupid, but I'll see if that one's any different than the other one. The cannon glitched out Margot, apparently. So wait, what was supposed to happen? What, you're telling me I'm not supposed to use a cannon to kill some space death bird? I mean, I feel like a cannon is a pretty appropriate weapon there. Wait, where'd she go? What? Tashi, thank you for the 29 months. I really appreciate it. Just the lock-on bug, I think. So we slayed the nightmare. So, okay, let me just... Okay, they're different. That's Hunter's Dream 1. Alright, let's see here. So I have to find another one of these. Because it said 3 1/3 or whatever. Every great one loses its child, yep, and then yearns for a surrogate. Discord granted Mantis audience with Murgo, but resulted in the stillbirth of their brains, which is why everyone's dead here, I guess. Who the fuck is Murgo? I would think it was the... Why would they want audio? I'm so confused. You would think Murgo would be the thing I just fought, but it was Murgo's wet nurse, which makes me believe the fucking baby is Murgo. So then why is this giant organization trying to seek audience with a baby? Right? And it literally doesn't even talk. I mean, it's just crying because, you know, it's a baby. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this is Bird Brain is a great one. Bird Brain lost its baby. So Bird Brain stole her baby. And now she's pissed. Right? And then completely unrelated to that, Ninsis fuckers, you know, came in here, but they're like fried because they're dumb and they don't know how to get into nightmares, apparently. And then we killed everyone. And the kingdom is saved! Yay! We did it! What does that even have to do with literally anything else in the game? I'm really confused. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Not my fault. Chat, where am I going to get a third umbilical cord? So I would presume this leads to the final boss. So I should probably not do this. Guess we'll check in with all the NPCs. Although most of them are dead at this point. From the shoe store, yeah, that makes sense. Really, nothing new? That's surprising. Oh, fuck, she's not here. And there's blood. Oh, God, who done it? More blood.
Alive and well, are ya? This here's a safe place.
Dude, what are you talking about? This is a safe place. There's a trail of blood. And you've been here the whole time, so you saw what made the trail of blood. What is wrong with you? Oh God. Okay, I'll give FromSoft this. Normally they'll do shit like this where an NPC disappears, and then you have just no idea where to look. There's literally a trail of blood. So this is like maybe the first time FromSoft has done a good job of letting you know where the hell to go. Chat, I think she might be dead. What is happening? Oh god, well, I bet you that's where you get another umbilical cord.
It can't be. This is a nightmare.
That's one of those monsters that we saw. Well, she's lost her mind. So, I'm pretty sure this is where we get the umbilical cord. Chat, you might want to look away. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to kill her. Well, you know, she'd lost her mind anyway. I'm so right. Why did any of this happen, though? Like, all the other stuff at least made some sense. Why did she just randomly give birth to this? All we ever did was, like, talk to her twice. Oh, but we got shoes, though. Don't worry, chat. That was definitely worth it. I'm glad that was so late in the game, because if I had saw that sooner, like, before getting that second umbilical cord, I don't think I would have, killed that. That was pretty obvious. Did not mean to kill her, though, chat. Not gonna lie. That's the Margot one. Yep, every great one loses its child, blah, blah, blah. Oedon, what? The formless god is no different. You think it was corrupted blood that began this eldritch? What is happening? Is it his blood then that's been turning people into beasts? So he's formless. So I guess he's the reason for it. What the fuck? Chat, is this literally the reason for Bloodborne? Is some formless god's blood is cursing people, and then he knocked her up because he's out of his mind? Jesus. So, chat, now that we've gotten this far, like, you can kind of, like, back or spoil it. Like, why did... I'm confused. Why... Like, we didn't really do anything, right? We talked to that lady, like, twice ever. But, like, what? Took notes from Zeus, apparently. Yeah, why did that happen? She has the Canehurst blood in her, right? And so obviously Eldritch Abomination, right? I just no leaps in logic here. Yeah, blood special, I guess. People want boons from old ones, but she didn't seem to want that though. She seemed to just randomly get pregnant. And I sounds like that god that we've never heard of. Well, no, there's the tomb for him, right? Right, yeah. That's where that just was actually. But anyway, so that guy, motherfucker, dude. Now we get to sit here for 30 seconds as the game does a grab animation. It's so fun. Anyway, yeah, that guy seems responsible for all this fuckery. Alright, where was that thing? It's in here somewhere. I forgot what it said, but it was something about 3 umbilical cords. Really? 3 third chords. Is that all it says? I knew it was something stupid like that. I don't think the old ones are malicious. People are just stupid. Yeah, it probably depends. Because it says, oh, you know, we should fight that one thing. We never got anything to, like... I was gonna wait to fight that one, like, giant boss that wasn't aggro. In case I got, like, an item that might, like, have something to do with it. But we never did, so... There's actually 4? But you only need 3? I guess they just do that to make it easier. Well, don't tell me. I'll see if we get the 4th one. Right. Final boss, like the moon chat. Huh. Do you just use them, I guess? So, just so I don't waste a bunch of time, if I was playing on my own, I would use them. But I just want to make sure I'm not gonna, like, run whatever the fuck the purpose of these are if I use them. Right, so if I was playing on my own, I would just risk it and see what happens. But I figure, you know, in case I don't want to have to play through the entire fucking game again. Yeah, just use them? Okay. Now they give insight. Do I turn into Squid Face? Well, I guess nothing happens now, but maybe now we get like access to a door that, you know, wouldn't have opened at the end of the game or some shit. We shall see. Man, he has a lot of health. Chat, we never found a blood thing that max our weapon, like that entire fucking time. Like, what the fuck? Okay, well, I don't think there's anything for us to do here. I have to find the goddamn lamp again. Because both sides of this, like, walkway look exactly the same. I have no idea where it is. I'm actually kind of confused, because, like, in every other game, like, there's just no way you won't have a max upgrade material by now. It's kind of silly that you don't have one over here. Let's see, that boss was, well, I assume it's a boss. Here, I guess right here. I was kind of hoping we'd get, like, an item or something that let us do something here, because the boss isn't aggro, but doesn't look like it. I still can't believe you had to just attack the window. Hey, look, it's literally these things. This place was pretty cool. This was one of my favorite parts of the game, just because it was so, Was this here before? I remember they fought these guys throughout this area, but I don't remember them being won by the elevator like that. Certainly don't remember this one. The old ones have Netflix. This is clearly a boss fight though, because they give you an NPC summon right here. So they definitely just want you to go in there and kill this thing. Maybe this is where you get the other umbilical cord. You really can't fail to get 3 of them then though. I guess you could have not found that workshop, but I mean, that was pretty easy to find. Yeah, there's nothing you can do here. And we even tried make contact and it didn't do anything. Well. He's in water, so fire's gonna suck. Daughter of the Cosmos. I just realized I have totally seen this thing before. The weird thing is, I'm pretty sure I have seen this thing in a chalice dungeon that I saw a long time ago. So, that's a thing. Yeah, I didn't really even know until like I saw it get up there, but I've definitely seen this before, like in a video, but it wasn't in this environment. I've definitely seen this design before. That's not too surprising, but because they seem to reuse like all the enemies. But yeah, I've definitely seen this design before. This is so easy right now. Ibitas. Chad, this is so easy right now. Okay, no, I deserve that. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that's good game design, but
very good.
Okay, game. I mean, like, the boss wasn't even attacking, though, for almost that entire boss fight, and then I just get airstruck. So... I've noticed, like, almost all the old ones have been female, although I guess that one that we just read about wasn't. She called her parents. But like, Rom seems female, although I have no idea, but I've kind of just presumed that that one is female, and then the wet nurse is probably female, because, I mean, it's called wet nurse. This one's daughter. Yeah, I know. This is a good example of what I'm talking about, though. It's like, you just have to memorize that the boss does that. You know, that's pretty cheap. It's unfortunately kind of just how these games are. Yeah, I have definitely seen this design before. And I'm almost positive it was a chalice dungeon. I wonder if the one in the Chalice dungeon is, and honestly, you can spoil this, chat, I don't really care. I wonder if it's like this, like named the same thing, or if it's named something different and just uses the same model. Okay, the boss is actually getting to hit me this time. It's the same. That's kind of strange. I guess I just lucked out before with it never attacking me. Now it's like flailing around. This reminds me of Seath. I can't say this is a great boss fight so far, though. What? 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 I have like full health, I get hit once, and then I lose like half my life, and then I get frenzied and I die. Great. God, and the run back, why? Oh my god, Bloodborne, you're so much like Elden Ring and I hate it. Well, she's in water, so fire will do less, but lightning will do more. So, although, who knows, maybe she's resistant to lightning. Because cosmic bullshit, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, fuck. I wanted to read that thing again to see if that Odeon, or whatever the fuck his name was male. Yeah, most of them have seemed to be female. Although, they may not really have a gender because, you know, space nonsense, but... I actually kind of assumed this was... the one that the shitty boss was referring to, because it said that granted Rom eyes, but I guess not. Dude, these attacks are so obnoxious, like... It starts attacking so you dodge, but then it has a lingering hitbox and you get hit anyway. Just awful, dude. Dude, this sucks. Like, these boss attacks are just ridiculous with the timing. Like, that has, like, no tell on it. I like how that missed. Are we gonna have orbital lasers now? Yep. Dude, this like tentacle flailing is just awful. Like that hits me. Like what? God, this is obnoxious, dude. I'm so sick of this boss just like flailing around. You dodge at the last second and it just hits you anyway. It's because the hitbox is like lingering so long. If I wait to dodge any longer, I just get hit. This is so lame. I just love how it one-shots you. You just boom dead. Oh, this sucks. So, like, there's really nothing I like about this boss. I mean, like, all of its melee attacks are just these dumb flailing attacks that have lingering hitboxes. And then the projectiles are just like ganks. So there's really nothing about this so far that I like. The wet nurse was okay, but it honestly didn't do it didn't track you very well. So like, you didn't really interact with the attacks very much. It's really weird though. When I saw this design, it's like, yeah, I've totally seen this before, but I didn't really remember that I'd seen this design before until I saw it. But I've definitely seen this thing. And I must have gotten so lucky in my first attempt because I just like got it. Really? I got that entire time I was healing and they just kept interrupting my healing animation. Oh my god, this boss sucks. I really do wish I liked the bosses in this game more, but man, I don't care for them. I mean, I think a lot of these games are good without the DLC. I mean, like Dark Souls 1 is an amazing game, and then the DLC is just more good stuff. Dark Souls 3 is a really good game, and then the DLC is just more good stuff. Although I would say Dark Souls 3's first DLC is really bad. Because, like, you're just fighting the same 2 trash mobs for, like, hours, and you literally fight 1 boss, and that's it. I mean, it's just awful. The Ringed City is really good. But I don't think I think Dark Souls 3 would still be really great even without Ringed City. That being said, Madeira is, like, the best fight ever. People are really hyping up this Bloodborne DLC, and it better be pretty fucking amazing, because... Oh, God. I mean, I like the club undead giant. I like the gank fight with the ring wraiths, like shadows or something. What nurse was okay there? I probably have to fight it again. There's been like a lot of bosses I don't mind, but they're not like great. And then this has been pretty blech. I'd fight this over Mikolash any day though. Although Mikolash, you know, now that I know how to fall through the floor, you know, now I can do him pretty easily. But like the fact that the boss fight is finding a hole in the floor to fall in, like, it's fucking stupid. Altar of Despair. Yay, Dark Souls 1 jump. So, chat, I can't be alone in, like, how bad the lock-on is. And it's like, in other games, you just don't lock on. But you don't get quick step in this game unless you lock on. Like, this is a really noticeable problem. Because, like, the Soldiers of Ken, Dragon Ken, in Elden Ring, right? They have huge lock-on problems too, but you just don't lock on, right? And it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, you don't get access to the quick step. Dude, what is that hitbox? Yay, Dark Souls 1 jump! Can we calm down? Oh my god, dude. Oh, we got a chalice. Altar flesh to altar. What the why would I randomly do that? Do I turn into a spider? What? What the fuck? Do nothing. I don't understand. Oh, it's the queen's flesh. Why, though? What does that have to do with anything? I'm so confused. Cornerstone of the choir, which was the people that were working with her. It's weird that that item earlier said, you know, she's like, it implied that she was cooperating with them, right? Like pretty chill. It wasn't like she's captured and being forced to work with them. You know, it really implied that she was just willingly working with these choir people. It was a great chalice brought back to the surface since the time of Bergenworth and allowed the choir to have audience with Ibitas. So this is how they were able to communicate with her. Well, we go. You know, I hope the queen lady is like super pissed because we told that guy where she was. You're fired. Well, she's back.
Closest of kin, bearer of our blood, I welcome thee. What is thy wish?
Lady, we're just not gonna mention the part where some crazy guy came in here and beat the shit out of you. We're just gonna ignore that part. She hit her head, she doesn't remember. I'm still surprised that, like, she lost, right? Like, I really didn't think he would beat her. But bygones be bygones. Well, I mean, he is dead, so. I don't think she's a fighter, though. I mean, you think, but she's like some, like, ancient, I don't know, vampire or something. Like, got all the time in the world to learn how to fight. I'm just saying. So, do I need to not chat? What? Without spoiling too much, what do I need to do to avoid activating the final boss? Because people were saying you go into New Game Plus immediately. And you know, I don't want to do that. And we still haven't used this shaman bone. We haven't found, I could have done it on the pig, honestly. Don't do what the doll tells you to do. Don't be a teenager. So just don't talk to her at all then? Are we good? Just don't talk to the doll? We set? Chat, I should probably reset the stream so the DLC is separate. I feel like that's the... Wait, can I... But I might want to level up, though. Although I just realized I did not pick up my souls, and I had so many fucking souls. I had all the souls from Mikolash, I had all the souls from Wet Nurse, etc, etc. So, good job on that one. You can talk to her, just don't listen to her. So just be a teenager, okay. Alright, let me reset the stream here. Let me also put that we're doing the DLC. Be back in 2 seconds, chat.